Here we have Jade, a single loveless loser in her 20s.
Hey, I'm not a loser.
Tell that to your non-existent love life, Jade. As a fully fledged adult, Jade has entered the wild in search of a mate on the internet.
Oh,
Perhaps with natural-born talent, she strikes an endearing mix of both thirst trap and personality poses.
I think they like me.
It seems Jade has found the love of her life. They've only met once, but Jade keeps telling all her friends so.
Oh my god, they just texted me.
What did they say?
Fall in a ditch.
They said what? Jade has fallen into a depression.
I'm gonna be alone forever.
Let's not tell her about situationships just yet. Hey Jem, it's Jade, and are you a down on your luck single searching for that one person that's gonna fill the hole in your heart? Do you look at couples and think, when is it gonna be my turn to be happy? Are you afraid that when you're 89 in bed, you'll turn to your side and say, oh, that's where my wife would be if I had one? Yeah, me too. Oh my god, twinsies! If you've been single for a while, you've probably heard the phrase, love comes when you least expect it. I smell bullcrap. I think that's the dumbest thing because people just say that to get people to stop trying to force love, which is fair. Like you can't force it, but it gives them the hope that, oh, well, now that I stop trying, it's gonna happen. And then they're just sitting there like, oh, oh my god, I'm still single. Wow, you guys lied to me. Love is going to happen when it happens. And that could be if you're trying, if you're not trying, if you want it, if you don't want it. Like a lot of it is chance, to be honest. Like plenty of people will ask someone out and then bam, that's their partner. And then other people will ask people out time and time again and just get rejected. I put myself through a fair amount of rejection therapy in my life. And honestly, I'm done. Honestly, I'm good. No more, please. Have you noticed that we just idolize love? Like we act like it's this like end all be all thing that we have to achieve in order to be worthy. It's not. Like, at least not romantic love. We've been brainwashed, dude. Like, I understand once upon a time when getting into a relationship would be necessary for survival, especially, you know, for AFAB women who, at least like in Western history, did not have rights not too long ago at all. And they needed a husband in order to like survive in everyday society. And I feel like that sort of mentality has just been like pounded so deeply into our heads that we still think it's the case that we need a partner in order to like have a good life. There are plenty of single people that are happy and are living their life and are doing great. Like it's not the 50s anymore. It's okay to be single, guys. I promise. And it's so weird that we idolize love like this because it's not a cure to life. Like it's not going to fix your issues. I feel like a lot of people get into relationships because they're sad and lonely. And then now they're in a relationship and they're still sad and lonely, but hey, there's another person there also. So cool. And I also feel like people feel like worthless, you know, when they're single and they think, oh, getting in a relationship will make me feel like valuable. No, you're still going to like feel all of your insecurities. That other person is not going to fix them. They might help you explore and realize things about yourself through the relationship that you wouldn't have necessarily been able to do alone, but it's not going to like cure you. It's just a person. Me personally, I remember the times where I like most wanted to be in a relationship were when I was the most insecure and at my lowest like mental points and was the most depressed. And not only did it not fix anything, but that just like made me want it to a point of like almost desperation where I would just like put myself in all of these terrible situations with like weird people. And I realized that I was just like searching for validation in these people. But it's like, no matter how many times someone tells you, oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, if you don't believe it, it's not going to stick. There are probably people that would be in a relationship with you, but it would be terrible if you're like forcing it to happen. I have had some of the strangest experiences and truly, I could have gone without them. Like definitely don't feel pressured to be like, oh, I haven't had like that many romantic experiences, like I'm falling behind. No, truly, you're not. Like I used to think that. I'd be like, oh my God, like I need to catch up. Like I need to have like all these dating experiences. And they were the worst. I would have been better off without them. Like they weren't good. But you know, it taught me lessons to like value my time and raise my standards because truly there are worse things than sitting by yourself. I promise you are not falling behind. Enjoy your time with yourself. I feel like part of what makes dating so weird now is like this digital age where we have all these dating apps where literally like the world is at our fingertips. Dating apps aren't bad per se, but they're also like not, a magic spell that's going to get you in a relationship. Like, let's be so real right now. It's a thing of convenience where, okay, it's nice to be able to like look around and be like, oh, all of these people that I would find attractive, I know are single and I know could potentially be looking for the same thing that I'm looking for. It gives you an excuse to talk to someone that you think is attractive that now you know is technically available that you wouldn't necessarily like know in the real world. But at the same time, like I've deleted my dating apps. They're so addicting though. Like I understand they're so addicting. They're so hard to like delete and like be done with. It keeps you coming back. I don't know what they put in the app, but it's like it just doesn't make me feel good because we are selling ourselves on these apps. Like we're trying to convince people that we are worth, giving like time and energy to. And it almost makes me feel like an unwanted product. Also, I'm like a psychology major. And so like one of the things about dating apps that makes it so weird is this term called like choice overload, where it's like we have all of these choices that making one is just so overwhelming because it's like, okay, let's say you're not necessarily getting a lot of matches. Who are you supposed to like swipe left and right to? There's so many people that you can like, choose from. Who's the right choice? And then let's say you do have a lot of matches. Who is the person that you should be talking to? Who are the people that you should be giving a chance to? Because we don't know these strangers. And it's like a lot of people, if you reach out, they won't respond, or you'll start talking and one of you will just like go ghost, or like someone will reach out to you and then you'll look at them and be like, oh, like maybe they're actually not that great. I don't know. It's hard to gauge like how they are in real life because this is a very like manufactured, very fabricated presentation of who they are. And it's hard to know like if you're making the right choice. And like maybe you go out with someone from a dating app and that person turns out to be a dud and the person that you didn't give a chance would have been like the love of your life. But it's like, how are you supposed to know that? And also it's just so exhausting because there are like all these choices. That's like, okay, you go out with 10 people and they're all duds. And it's like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Truth is, I'm tired, hurt, and abused. I try to pray, but where are you? Like, also part of what makes it so addicting is like when you hear those success stories and you're like, oh my God, like maybe that'll be me. Me personally, I'm not on that side of Tinder. Me personally, I'm never on that side of Hinge. When I hear those stories, I'm like, are you real? Are you a plant? I don't know about this. Finding someone or not finding someone really isn't a reflection on your worth as a person. I need you to understand like the amount of luck that it takes to find someone that is, first of all, in your same physical area, that is looking for the same thing as you, that is emotionally available, is in the same point in their life as you, that they would be like on the same page, and is also like romantically, physically, platonically attracted to you and you to them as well. That's kind of rare. I mean, I'm thinking like people that are my friends. I have two bestest friends in the whole world that I connect with on like super deep levels. Those are the only two people that I've met in my life that I've connected to on that platonic level. And these are people that I met in like middle school and high school. I haven't made that sort of connection with anyone. Imagine like finding that connection on a romantic level. Like it's not you. It's just, it's hard to connect with people like that. And that's just how it is, you know? A relationship with literally anyone, platonic, familial, romantic, whatever, none of it is worth forcing. Never beg for anyone's attention, especially not romantic attention. What do I look like trying to convince someone to like me? An idiot. I look stupid. I look dumb. And also it just like makes you seem like you don't know your worth. Like you are too good to be begging for someone's attention, especially because these are just people. No one is worth begging for. These are just people, most of which have access to deodorant and still actively choose not to wear it. That's who you're staying up at night crying over? Come on. Come on. Once upon a time, I would pursue people that weren't reciprocating the same energy. I'm sorry. Just thinking about it gives me hives. It's not worth it. Please stand up. Stand up. Know your worth, dude. And also, I remember in high school, I really wanted a relationship. So like I found someone that I was like, okay, like I'm gonna get in a relationship with this person. And I really went for it. And we got in a relationship, but that was the most unserious situation of my life. Truly, sometimes you're better off single because a lot of people settle and then they get in these unhappy relationships. Like here you are being jealous of these people. Meanwhile, you're jealous of couples that are crying themselves to sleep at night because they don't love each other. You're jealous of the girl whose boyfriend has been planning on breaking up with her for a whole month. Like, just because someone is in a relationship doesn't mean it's good. And I am speaking from the heart because I have done clinical things to try and get in a relationship. I have done things that would make you say, what? And I'm sorry, what? And can you run that back? That was a joke, right? You didn't actually do that. I did. Yeah. I did. I'm actually currently banned from having crushes because last time I had a crush, I'm not me when I like people. And that's another thing that's like overrated about romantic love. Like, hello, you like lose your mind a little. And I'm not even me like when I'm in a relationship because I just get like kind of consumed with like the other person. But it's just like, like where's my brain? Where's the logic? Like when I have a crush on someone, it's too much, man. Like it's like, stop torturing me with your hot, sexy self. Like, get out of here. Like, ugh. Being single is so underrated. Like being able to focus on yourself and focus on your goals and the things that you want to accomplish in this life without any like romantic distraction, because that is distracting as okay? When I start liking someone, oh, there goes my plans. There goes my dreams and hopes for the future because I am imagining a future with them. We are going to get married and we are going to have a nice small farm life, complete opposite to all the other things that I want to do. When you start liking someone, you start thinking about making all these sacrifices for them and being like, oh, I wanted to move here, but no, I like this person. So maybe I'm going to like move here instead. And I'm going to change my career path and do this instead. Like there is so much power in being single and being able to just like live for yourself. Like that's pretty awesome. Someone having romantic feelings for you doesn't make you worth loving. You are always worth loving regardless of whether or not someone sees that or not, Like again, these are just people. You need to work on like building a loving relationship with yourself, not only to improve your own quality of life, but also to like help you show up better for future romantic relationships that you might be in. Do the things that you want other people to do for you in a romantic relationship. That will not only, again, improve your own life, but will help you raise your standards. Because why would I ever settle when I can treat myself better than you could? Why am I begging for flowers when I buy myself flowers? It really is the bare minimum, actually. I like, going on walks with myself, like taking myself out on dates, like give yourself like little hugs, like, show yourself that you care. Look at yourself in the mirror, compliment yourself. I see myself, I say, oh my God, Jade, you're so beautiful. Because then you're going to be like wagering your self-worth on them. And that's just going to make it like very easy for you to be controlled and for you to get into like these toxic relationships with people that don't have your best interests in heart. Because people can say whatever. You can't depend on them to like shape your self-worth. You need to already know for yourself so you're not easily wavered by like the very fickle nature of how other people feel about you. Because like literally some people are weird. I was watching this reality TV show, right? Love is Blind. Sorry. This guy said to the girl, yeah, you're so weird. You're so lucky I find you attractive. What? And then she said, I'm a catch. Do you see how easy it would be for someone to get manipulated by someone like that if they weren't already secure in themselves? You're so lucky I find you attractive. What does that mean? No, I am attractive. Excuse me. Relationships and people will come and go, but you need to be a rock for yourself. I know romantic rejection sucks, but it doesn't mean that you are suddenly an unlovable human being. Sometimes you're just not compatible with someone, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're worthless as a person. It just means that, you just didn't fit together, and that's fine. When I'm looking for someone, I want someone that's like really funny and also like really confident in themselves, is like high energy, because obviously like I'm very high energy, and who can like match me, on those levels. And like everyone is different. And just because someone doesn't necessarily like have those qualities, that doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means that we're just not compatible. And like, that's okay. Like there are people who would not like me at all because I'm like too high energy, and like, that's fine. Like we're just not compatible in that way. Or people that like would be weirded out by me being silly. Okay, we're just not compatible like that. And that's fine. That doesn't mean that either of us are like these terrible human beings. Sometimes you're not compatible to be friends with people. Like it's the same thing. It's okay. It just is. Also, please don't question if someone is rejecting you in any sense. I know sometimes it can be confusing because a lot of people are really bad communicators and they won't be straight up with you, unfortunately. If someone is ghosting you or breadcrumbing you, taking longer to respond, they don't like you. If they liked you, why would they forget about you? And also, why would you want someone who likes you to be treating you like an option that they can pick up or put down whenever? That's not how you want to be treated in a relationship. First of all, if they are distancing themselves, they don't like you. If they say I'm not ready for a relationship, they mean I'm not ready for a relationship with you. And that's fine. Don't question it. It doesn't mean that you are bad as a person. It could just mean that they're stupid. They're stupid because they don't see your worth. Hello? Never be oh my God, I have all of these amazing qualities, but they still don't like me. Does this mean that I'm worthless? No. They don't see your worth. Someone else will. And also someone not liking you should be the biggest ick, because why should you chase someone who doesn't like you? Barfest. And if people are being confusing or weird and wishy-washy, it's really not worth it, because it probably is just revealing things about them that you would have to deal with in the relationship. And also your dating experiences could be shaped by where you live and where you are. I'm currently in the Midwest and I have had slightly better experiences being not in the Midwest. It does make a difference. The way that people treat you is very fickle, up and down, and it should not, be a reflection of how you feel as a person or what your worth is as a person, because it can change at any second. Friendship is so undervalued and underappreciated. I love platonic love. I've been very lucky to have really great friends that have gotten me through so many tough times in my life, that have been at my best moments and with me at my worst moments. Yeah, platonic love is just so underrated. There's so much fun that you can have just getting to know people without that expectation of romance. At my most, I want to be in a relationship so bad. I feel I missed out on a lot of good platonic relationships, getting to know people on a friendly level, especially because I feel that's the best way to get to know people, because people are weird. Getting to know people slowly over time helps you kind of suss out the qualities that you would actually want to be surrounded with. If you have good friendships, even just one good friend, you're very lucky. If you have a great relationship with your family, that's also not something that you should take for granted. That's amazing. You can live a very long and happy life just having those platonic and familial relationships that are important to you. They are not to be taken for granted. We put romantic love on a pedestal and we ignore these very great relationships. I have had some of my best memories just spending time with my friends and family. And a lot of times I would much rather hang out with my friends than go on a date with some random. Romance is also overrated in the sense that people get really weird romantically. They make all these assumptions. They're terrible communicators. You have all these expectations about the other person. They have all these expectations about you. I really love getting to know people on a platonic level, because, there's not all this pressure to be oh, well, if we stop seeing each other, the other person is going to think that they're the worst thing in the world and they don't deserve love anymore. It's not that deep. For whatever reason, people will treat people in ways that they would never treat their friends or family, that they would treat romantic partners weird. Really weird. Even my friends who I love to pieces, some of them get really weird with romantic situations. Even though I love them so much and I think that they are amazing and beautiful, I would not want to date them, because I see how they talk about the people that they like, and it's weird. It's weird and strange and a little scary, And please don't get it twisted. I love dating. I love romantic love. I'm a hopeless romantic. If I see PDA within 3 feet of me, will I projectile vomit? Maybe. But I just feel we put too much pressure onto the idea of it, and we make it into this thing that it's not. I know it's so fun to have a crush, but take them off that pedestal. Please be so for real. They are just a person at the end of the day. Are they really that great? Did you really have that great of a time with them? Or are you just an awesome person and they also just happen to be there? These are very real questions. A lot of times when we like someone, we will create this elaborate image of them that is not real. It's very important to see people for who they are and to always be critical of what's going on, so that, you can enjoy yourself. Don't get flushed over in the wave, because that can just get you into bad situations. Always keep your standards high. Never lower those standards, and always value your time. because your time is something that you can never replace. For me, I'm just trying to let things happen naturally, not trying to force anything. I'm just getting to know people because I love getting to know people. I love learning about people. It's so fun. People are so interesting. And just like living in the moment, loving in the moment, and not having expectations about like how long it's going to last or anything. I want someone who would make me want to be in a relationship rather than trying to like fit someone into me wanting a relationship. And you don't have to like, put everything into this person and it has to last forever, because the thing about life is everything changes all the time and nothing is promised. So just like love for the moment. All right,